Hello, this is our director's commentary to Wake Me Up When September Ends with Michael, Barry, Dan and Harrison.
As you can see in the opening shot, it's our character very slowly walking across the bridge. We've done this slow paced shot in order for the tempo of the shot to go along with the music, and then therefore there's continuity between the sound that you hear and the visuals that you see on screen.
In the second shot, we introduce the character into the scene with the close-up, and you can see his emotions, which shows that it's more about pain, the video, and it shows like genres in the themes in the video.
The red guitar connotes the love between father and son, also the emotion that he feels. Having a guitar in a rock genre music video is a typical convention.
Here you can see the sun rising above the character. This could be used to relate to the actual name of the song, which is Wake Me Up When September Ends, which is obviously in the summer, therefore the sun.
I was going to say something. The use of the black and white filter is used to show the character's depression, and it fits with the lyric, "Innocent can never last."
We decided to put a performance in this because it's typical of a rock genre, but we did something different. We challenged the conventions of a rock video, as our actor is the same as our performer, which is different, and we feel like it brings in like a more stronger relationship between the audience and character.
This shot signifies the storyline to our whole music video. We used the black and white effect to show his passing of his father.
This shot at the graveyard is seen to show our character grieving, and then we flash back to the shot of the father's chair, so you can find that he was there and he no longer is, as the chair is empty, which could signify the empty place in his heart.
By coming back to the graveyard like that, and then coming back to the bridge, it kind of shows that the character's made a change from the beginning. Like, so for example, him going over the bridge can like signify a change in the character, like from this video, and how his dad dying has made a change on his personality.
The shots are still slow paced, as we're still fitting it with the music, in time to beat the music.
Again, we are using the black and white effect to show his emotion.
Here we have a very close-up shot of the character. He's expressing a lot of emotions within this shot, and this further implies the huge impact the loss of his father has had on him as an individual, and this is a theme throughout our video.
We took inspiration from the Miley Cyrus video.
You can see that the cuts start to speed up. In time with the music, you see the shots are starting to be more energetic.
The use of the running shot kind of shows him like not being able to deal with the stress and like the pain of his dad dying, and it shows him trying to escape. Like, although like it could be like a personality like effect.
Again, we're using the instruments to show the rock genre. The
use of having a church in a rock video is kind of strong because usually with rock videos are based on religion, but you can be based on being an atheist, like in modern like rock videos. By using the church, it kind of challenges that and shows that maybe the character's religious, and the point of view makes us feel like we're kind of in the character's shoes in a way.
Then when we cut to this shot here, you can see the character James getting very emotional and quite aggressive in a way as he's shaking the gate, and this could be used to signify his emotions and pain he clearly feels.
Which also goes with the tempo of the song.
The filter is used to reinforce this as well, the black and white filter.
From the transaction between that shot, this shot, it kind of shows the body like composition of the guitarist and James when the shot changes, which kind of puts them both in a similar position, which works with the cut between the two.
The shot before, we used the room being black, so it really shows the characters in the room and also shows the pain he feels.
The use of the him hitting the tree is to show his anger. Like maybe he feels like he's to blame for the loss because it's very like no one knows like kind of the whole story, which kind of brings us into a lot of questions, which means we can do a lot with the story. So the thought of him hitting the tree is he could be trying to hurt himself. We use like a brownie kind of sepia to it with the tree to make it look like, to make the tree stand out more in the image.
This is typically seen by rock stars at concerts, singing down to their fans. Also, it will attract a wider audience to go to the concerts, as you can see he's really rocking out.
The low angle shot could also be used to signify that James is the lead singer within the band, as we're looking up to him as an audience, which shows that he's obviously in a higher position than the audience and could be used to represent his star persona as the main person.
We will try to get a lot of close-ups on each of the band to show that they're all to show the band like a part of the story kind of thing.
This is a typical rock genre, with the band all being just as important as each other as compared to the pop culture.
The use of him walking kind of is very which we made not known to the audience, which is because he doesn't know where he's kind of going. It's more just to build up the tension and kind of it's a way of him dealing with the pain, which we thought would be quite powerful, as the audience don't know where he's going and neither does the character.
Back here again, you can see the visuals and the actions within the shots speeding up again as the tempo and the music increases, and this sudden burst of frustration fits very well with our narrative and also along with the music.
You may have noticed the primary colours of the red and green. We use this throughout as our primary colours to show his emotion, red being the anger and green being grief.
From doing this over the shoulder shot, from the lights it kind of shows like a performance base. It kind of shows as like a concert kind of way with the red, and we wanted to build this, but as we're like a shorter budget and we can't get an audience, we thought this was just as powerful.
Also, the reduction of the audience we used as a key point in our video, as when you see the band performing in the previous shots, you think they must be performing in front of someone. But when you see there's no audience, you can see that the song is clearly very personal to the band as a group, and they're performing it for their own sake rather than for the sake of someone else.
It also brings in our main theme of loneliness.
We go back to the shot of him hitting the tree to reinforce that he's angry, and we turn to this shot again to reinforce the idea that this song is personal, that they're just performing it to vent their anger.
From the guitar solo and going back to shots like one by one and bringing in James and his father, it kind of shows more of this stage is like a thinking process, as the guitar solo maybe because the actors performing the song, maybe this is where he thinks of his dad, maybe this is like the bit of the song where he finds it hard to deal with the loss of his father.
This other flashback to his father smiling is also a key shot, as it shows the happiness of his father when he was alive, and therefore through seeing how happy his father was, the audience can sort of guess why the character is so upset with his loss.
It also gives a positive message nearing the end of the video to show that he's gone now, you've got to move on, he just wants you to have a good life.
But he's still got the good memories of his father, which he made when he was still alive.
You can see that the shots are clearly sped up to keep in time with the beat of the music.
This is built up with the music to show the character's anger maybe, and it kind of ends it off maybe to get all his anger out and leave it there, which is where we wanted to kind of leave it. This final shot kind of shows that as he's just trying to get everything out and trying to move on from the situation, maybe like look at his dad in a positive way and be able to move on with his life.
This final shot from behind the character, I'm just seeing him walking off in towards the camera into the distance, not knowing where he's actually going. Is used to signify the end of his journey, and now he's got to take his own route without his father and find what he wants in life, which sort of like the cliffhanger we've left at the end.
It like ends off our illustrate story.
We have the message of our video right at the end by Robert Frost. In 3 words I can stop everything I've learned about life. It goes on.
This is used to signify, obviously, he's been through a huge tragedy, he's lost his father, and now he's just got to go on with life.
He's got to
and
pick
find his
himself
own
up
path.
and get over it, which, because we felt like a song can't just have a down and stay down, we think it needs to come up again, which gives people a reason to want to watch the video.
This will relate to the target audience of anyone who's lost someone that they love. Thank you.